Hey guys, George at SoundTraxx here. This week we decided to come back to the layout. Now, for many of us, our layouts are always too small. In other words, we always want these big, massive empires of railroad like we've seen in the magazines or we've seen online videos, things like that. Now, as many of you guys know, my small home layout is only about 20 foot long, and it's a shelf switching layout, as you can see right here. Now, what we're going to do today is we're actually going to use some operations. We're going to show some of the features and sound effects that you can use in your decoder that help you get the most out of your operations. And we're going to help show you how when you use all the sounds and features that are built into the decoder, that you can make your layout seem just a little bit bigger. So let's get started. So guys, today what we're gonna do is we actually have a couple of cars here that we're gonna need to pick up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pick up a box car and a hopper car, and then we're gonna drop the box car and the hopper car. Now, as you can see, these are actually staged in the proper direction. Now, the only downside right now is I don't have this section attached to the layout right this moment. So we're gonna use a little bit of photographic magic and set the cars over here on what would be the switching lead while we're doing our operations. So let's go ahead and play with some trains. So now we've got our locomotive fired up. We're going to go ahead and move in the reverse direction. And we're going to go ahead and use our whistle signals. We're going to go ahead and start moving in the reverse direction. Now, using our functioning brake, we'll be able to stop the locomotive. So now that we've cleared our switch, we're going to go ahead and throw our switch. Now, normally you guys know I have figures for this, but I don't have any figures here today, so we're going to go ahead and just do it manually. So now we're going to change our direction. We're going to blow our whistle signal. Turn on our bell. We're going to start moving in the forward direction. You hear the diesel engine throttle up. And then we're going to go ahead and release our brake. Now, as we get closer to the cars here, we can feather our brakes on and off. Now, we're running independent brakes right now because we only have a couple of cars. And it shows to be good. So now that we're coupled, we're going to pull away just so we can test to prove that we're coupled. So we're going to go in the reverse direction. We're going to release our brakes. We're going to prove that we're coupled. And we're coupled. So now the fireman or the brakeman would be running along and releasing the brake, the handbrakes on the cars that were sitting still. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull our train out. So now we're in reverse. We're going to go ahead and blow our whistle signal. Crank up our throttle and release our brakes. And I don't have a whole lot of momentum in here. My acceleration rate is set to 75 and my deceleration rate is set to a value of 150. And I have my brake settings set up to match. And you can check out one of our other videos that we've done in the past where we go through and do all the setup for momentum, braking, things like that, that you can watch on the YouTube channel, linked in the description below. So you'll be able to see all the settings that we have for this particular locomotive. So now we've got our three cars we're pulling out. Now we can go ahead and cut our throttle, set the brakes. Oh, not quite that clear yet. And there we go. So now we throw our switch, and now we're going to go ahead and shove these three cars out of the way so that we can put the hopper car and the box car in place of this hopper and box car, and then we're going to replace the flat car. So now we're going to go ahead and go forward. We're going to crank up our throttle, and we're going to release the brakes. Now, again, as I said, through the magic of film, I don't have a whole lot of space here, so we're gonna go ahead and just pretend the cars are shoved onto the switching lead, and I'm gonna pick them up and move them out of the way. And that's good right there. We've got enough clearance, so I only needed to move one car. So now we're gonna grab our uncoupling tool, and we're gonna uncouple the cars right here. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and back out. Okay, and remember, we're going to clear the points of the switch right here. We're going to set our brakes. Go ahead and throw our turnout, and then we're going to go ahead and shove these two cars onto the side here, or onto the industry track. Now the hopper car is going to go back towards the back, so we're going to go ahead and shove these cars a little bit further in. And that'll do. So we can cut our brakes, turn off our bell. Now we're going to uncouple the cars and leave them here. All right, now we're going to back out of the industry. So you hear the diesel engine throttle up. And then now we're going to put the flat car back over here. So now our brakeman would be throwing the switch. Now we're going to go get the rest of the cars. Okay, so now I'm going to throw the switch. Now we're going to shove this flat car back into the industry. And again, we can use our brakes, the feather, to stop where we need to stop, which would be right about there. So now we're going to uncouple from the flat car and put that where the customer has asked to put it. Now we're going to back out. And we're clear of the switch, so we're going to cut our throttle and set our brakes. I'm going to throw the switch back. So now we're going to go ahead and move forward. We're going to pick up our cars. And start moving. And now remember, we'd have a conductor here calling out car lengths. So right now we have one car. Half a car. Okay, so now that we're coupled onto the train, now we can pull away. So go ahead and release, set the throttle, and we can pull out, and we're on the way. So as you can see during our operations, now that once we've added in a lot more of the sound effects and using the locomotives like the real world, you can see how just simply switching out just a couple of cars can take a little bit longer, so that now our layout doesn't quite seem as small. So guys, for more information, please visit our website at SoundTraxx.com and be sure to check out the information on the Blunami, the product we've used here today. So guys, do us a favor and help us out here. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We post a lot of videos every week to give you tips and hints just like this one today to try to help make your railroading a lot more fun. But also be sure to click that like button so that it helps the algorithm to show it out and get it more promoted so that other people can come across our content and see just how much more fun and operations can be using Blunami and SoundTraxx products in general. And then last, be sure to click that notification bell so that you can get notified every time a new video drops. So guys, that's it for this week. We'll see you next time. So thanks for coming.